What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hammerdown Motorsports. Tonight, we are in the shop and we are checking out our Super Duty, our 2022 Platinum, and we're gonna go over, for those of you who are maybe new to the channel, all of the things that we've done to the truck so far. If you guys have been following along, we've had this truck since 2021. So we were very lucky to get one that was coming into a dealer, and I was able to pick this one up for MSRP. And then everything went crazy, and then these trucks were impossible to find. But we were lucky enough to have this one, and I was able to get some mods done on this over the last year and a bit. So we're gonna go over that whole list with you guys and just kind of see some of the things that you like, maybe some of the things that maybe you want to do to your truck. All right, so first off, our tires that are on the truck are a 35-inch Toyo Open Country MT. They are a 12 wide 20-inch tire on a 20-inch TIS 554 BM. And I like these wheels because they have the writing kind of around the edge here, so it kind of almost mimics like white letters, just with a little bit more wheel. And I do like white letters on tires, but unfortunately these Toyos do not have that. I don't even know if they offer that, but either way, I really like the way that they looked. And these are a concave instead of a dish, so it's kind of a little bit different style. When they're clean, they look absolutely amazing on this truck. And I have tried to do some things with tire shine. They have that permanent tire shine, but these tires weren't brand new. I don't know if that makes a difference. I've applied it like 3 different times and it just doesn't seem to stay. So not entirely sure about that product, but either way, totally different story. We have done nothing with our taillights yet. I may have some customization done on these, or we might go to an aftermarket, not entirely sure just yet. But we also got a hitch. This is a 1-ton truck, it's an F350, so I did go with a 3-inch shank. It's actually a Christmas present, and yeah, it's the 180, I'm not sure, I got it on Amazon, it's made in USA, it's a solid billet piece. And it seems to look really nice on the truck, but I have not used it yet. But I mean, obviously this is a big chunk of aluminum. Up here, we do have our Rough Country tri-fold. This folds to here, this folds to here. This part does not fold up to the back like some of them do, but it does give you lots of room in the back. And I've honestly, unless I want to put the 4-wheeler in, I really don't need that extra space. And this thing actually comes out pretty easily. There's some quick disconnects. You can just pull the entire tonneau cover off, and then you're just left with the rails, and you can use your bed as if you don't have a tonneau cover, which works out pretty well if you need it to use for that capacity. Over here in the bed, we do have our Rough Country bed mat as well. And if you guys know from the very beginning, we do have the bed liner from Ford underneath that. This just helps if you want to throw stuff in the bed. It's not going to damage it as easily. It's easy just to pull this out and clean it instead of having to clean the bed. And also, this is just kind of a side note, and not exactly something you want to be running on the road, but I was able to get these. These are like magnets that go onto your plate, and then right here, just put that right like that, and then you've got a vanity plate. So if you're at shows or whatever, it's just kind of a cool little touch. And as you can see, our windows are fairly dark. These back ones are 5%, and the front would have been what the rears would have been from the factory. So I think they're like a 35. You can kind of sort of see in, but yeah, they're fairly dark. And then we have the moon roof as well, has been tinted out to 5%. So in the truck, even during the day, I mean, we got the bay lights right above us. You can see how dark it is in the truck. It's absolutely awesome. Got the brow done as well. And if you guys noticed, when we open the door, we do have the lit platinum door sill. These are a Ford part. I believe they stopped putting these in 2019. So if you have a 22 or a 20 and up, you probably don't have these. It just has a regular platinum thing that doesn't light up, but mine actually has the plug underneath. So it's an early build 22. So I'm not sure if all of them had it. I heard some people say they pulled theirs up and there was no plug there. So maybe it's a harness update, but check yours before you order them. But if you do have the plug underneath, very, very quick install. And I think it really just completes the look of that door opening kind of, you know, ambiance when you get into your platinum. And one of my more controversial things, if you guys could see up here, you can't really see anything, can you? Until you take the remote and you go like this. Oh, yes. And if you guys have been watching the videos, you know how much I love this 1,000-piece Starlight headliner. If you guys want to know where I got it from, it was from 814 Customs. They're in Pennsylvania, and he did an awesome job. Cole is the guy that installed this one, and he did an amazing job, did it very quickly, and it's been flawless. It's been almost, yeah, it's been over a year now that I've had this in here with absolutely no issues whatsoever. And when you want to see it, there it is. And when you don't, you just hit the button and off it goes. Or you can use the app on your phone, change all the functions. It does all kinds of things, different colors. A true RGBW, which is also very nice. So you can have that Rolls-Royce look in your Platinum truck. Then as we hop up inside, you can see we do not have our handle here anymore because we do have a aftermarket gauge pod, and then we have our Banks iDash in here. And this will tell you all kinds of information. It's super customizable. You can go through and check out all different types of parameters that you want to have up here. In my opinion, it is a definite must-have. It has all kinds of parameters that you can check out. You can customize, you can have more or less gauges. You can actually do the thing that I'm going to talk about next, have that come up onto the display so you can monitor all types of fun things, and it just looks awesome on the truck. And if you're going to have a truck, you got to have an extra gauge. It just tells you more things, especially you don't want to shut your truck off during regen, so it does tell the percentage. And if you have forescan, I did have Aaron from Power Stroke Tech Talk with A-Rod actually wearing his shirt today, but he did some forescan stuff on my truck, added a few things. Definitely check out that one video as well if you want to see all the details on that. But he did actually add the gauge for my diesel particulate filter, so I can tell when this truck is ready to regen, so I'm not going to just shut it off when it starts to do that. So now up here we do have the upfitter switches, and I did the little switch up here, so you see these two will light up, these won't because the key's off. But we do have the option to have two that'll run without the key on, and you can do that within the fuse box. It's just a little thing you push over and move the fuse over, and then you can have these hot all the time. And we'll show you exactly, I don't have anything on this one, but we do have some stuff on this. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Right over here, and if you guys know, I love my LED lights. These are Recon. These are the F350 light up side badges. They do 4 different colors. There's a little box under the hood. You just kind of push the different buttons, and then you can do red, blue, amber, or white. I don't think I'm gonna have any trouble with white. I know amber should be totally fine for anybody giving me trouble as far as them being illegal. The other colors, maybe not so, I'm not sure. But I think they look awesome. I'm not super happy with the chrome. It's a little wavy, but I mean, it is what it is. If you want to buy these are pretty much the only guys that make them. I've seen guys mod these and take their chrome off and put the platinum ones on that came with the truck, but you have to disassemble your original vents, which is something I might do in the future. But it's definitely an option. If you want to use the parts from this and add the two together, you can make some pretty sweet looking side vents on your truck. Then as we look down into our wheel well, you can see the beautiful white rock light, and I did one rock light on each wheel just because I figured having it pretty much 12 o'clock would just give me a nice look on top of the tires, lights up the suspension. And then you can see down here I do have 3 running across the front as well, kind of show off that front diff. And then we do have our rough country shocks. I swapped out the ones from the factory. These ride much better. I do have a super lift, just kind of block lift on this thing, just so I could clear the mud flaps with these tires that stick out a little bit with the -18 offset. I did do the WeatherTech mud flaps front and rear on the truck just because I don't like all the stuff flying up alongside the truck, and just kind of keeps it a little cleaner. But I guess, you know, it just is what it is. Maybe you like them, maybe you don't, but I think they do a good job. We do have the Baja Customs track bar on this truck, which is super heavy duty Heim joints. We'll kind of get you guys under here a little bit, show you what we got going on in the front suspension. It is a little dirty. I definitely need to wash this thing. You see that huge track bar we have on there? Works absolutely awesome. Then over here we have our Kryptonite billet sway bar drop. Then you can see we do have the rough country steering stabilizer set up here as well. Then as we come over to the passenger side, we do have our antenna delete, and then I added the Ronin 50 cal, which looks absolutely awesome on this truck. Just gives it more of an aggressive appearance, gets rid of that big ugly antenna from the factory. Then we got to talk about one more thing that before we get under the hood. With our Banks iDash, we do have under the dash, we have our Banks pedal monster, which will get rid of that lag, and you guys will know what I'm talking about. A little bit of turbo lag where you're just kind of waiting, like, where's the boost? Let's go. We have traffic coming, we want to get up and go. That helps you out a whole lot with that. So if you're gonna get the pedal monster, you might as well get the iDash. Gives you everything that you need, and then you might as well keep going. Let's get under the hood here, because once you start, you just got to keep going. That's the way I see it. And then you got to add one of these, and you have your Banks Ram Air. And I absolutely love the way this makes the engine sound. You get more turbo noise, your exhaust brake sounds awesome. And also in Forescan, A-Rod did the C-rings in the full bright, which makes the truck look so much more pronounced. But this is actually, I don't know, as bright as some people's headlights it seems, because some drivers don't like it, but they can get used to it. And then as we go around to the back of the truck, you can see we have more rock lights. Everything is done the exact same way just to get that nice bit of light without going crazy. I really hate when you could see all the pods and it's just a lot of light going in all different directions. I kind of went a different way with mine than the way that some people have done. And if you look down in there, I do have them above the differential as well. And of course, one under the hitch to show off this right there, that piece of artwork as our rear diff cover. This is the Banks diff cover, and it actually scoops the air from underneath the differential. It helps to cool that oil, and it actually has directional control inside, so it doesn't just splash the oil everywhere. It's able to actually direct it onto the cooling fins and just kind of keep that rear oil in a nice temperature. Also gives you a couple of different options as well if you want to run a temp probe, or if you want to have actually a sight of your oil. There's a sight glass on the back there so you can see what it looks like, and it gives you a very easy way to fill it with that top plug up there, and very easy to drain as well. And if you can see over here, we do have these nice little white rigid lights, which I've had on probably 3 vehicles already, but I think this is their final home. And I have these hooked up to my auxiliary switches as well, my outfitters, for reverse when I want them, and they work really, really nicely. And I think in the white kind of gives that contrast. We got the white truck, the white lights, and they go right into the holes that are already on your hitch. So hitch kind of sticks down here from the bumper, gives you a perfect mounting point. So if you guys are wondering, this is the box right here. You just want to push the button. It will change the color of the side. This is the blue, obviously. Then we can go to an amber. We can go to the white and the red. I pretty much just stick with the white just because it matches everything else as far as the rock lights go. These are just a true white. They don't change color. I just kind of like the clean look, especially with the white truck. So there you have it, everybody. The 2022 Super Duty, after a little over a year of ownership, and just the things that I've gotten done to the truck so far. Definitely drop in the comments your thoughts of what I've done, maybe some suggestions that you might have for the future. And if you made it to this point in the video, drop truck mods in the comment section below, and I can interact with you guys there. But this is my build so far. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely go back into the playlist and see some of the more details on some of these things as I was putting them on the truck. And I'm very excited for the future of this truck. We do have a whole lot more to do. So there it is, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, keep that hammer down.